Well, back to our earlier story. In February of 2022, Premier Sisi Ntombela, in her provincial address, made a firm commitment that in 2022, the R70 from Senekal to Ficksburg will be replaced. Yet to date, no work has been done, which has become a cause of concern for many residents who say that they have no other alternative routes. Now, in response to Jabu Periera, who was a Rosendal Town committee member in the Free State province, who was just really addressing the issues highlighted in the area. We're going to be joined by Kwekwe William Bulwane. He's the Free State MEC for Police, Roads and Transport. He weighs in response. A very good evening to you, and thank you very much for joining us here on the SABC.
Good evening to you and your viewers.
Mr. Bulwane, let me start off by just asking whether you can acknowledge receipt of the letter from the committee, and whether you've received it, and what is your response on the back of that?
We did receive, I want to confirm that we did receive a letter from the community which is having a concern about that particular road, R70, from Senekal to Ficksburg and then passing through to Rosendal. We have received it, and then I requested the engineering department to respond to the outcry of the community there, just to keep them updated about the situation. Where are we now, and then what is our plan as government to sort out that particular road?
One of the questions he had was based on, what the Premier said in her address at SOPA in 2022 in February, stating that that R70, from Senekal to Ficksburg would be replaced, but nothing yet has been done. The question is why?
As the Premier has indicated, as we all know, that the Premier State of the Nation address set the tone and the program for the particular year. But looking into the whole road from Petersstein to Lentley, Senekal, and then if you want to do that road from Senekal to Rosendal to Ficksburg, you need to start it where it starts. Where it starts, it's at the Petersstein. That's why that road in this financial year, the advert is out, is on tender. It will be closing, I think, on the 20th of March, and the process will follow. And then the second phase, it will be from Senekal, Rosendal to Ficksburg, of which is going to be 2023-2024 financial year. So we are on top of the situation in terms of the only problem is that we would need to start it where it starts first, not where it ends.
MEC, Jabu was concerned that information pertaining to the plans and financial commitments from the provincial government on when it intends to replace the roads have not been made available. And I'm just wondering, to date, have the costs of the potholes and the mammoth of the problem been quantified to date? Can you also account for the number of lives that have been lost whilst you take these measures related to bureaucracy?
The unfortunate part of it is that the state of the road, you cannot even patch the pothole because the lifespan of that particular road has lapsed, and then it needs a new road. That is why we have gone to Central to say that come and help us. We've got a number of problems. It's not only that road in the Free State. Even if you get R76, Fission Scroll to Orkney is still the same. R26 from Bethlehem up to Lady Brandt is still the same. So the lifespan has lapsed. So we are trying to do everything in our power to make sure that we get the new road for the community in that particular area. That's why we are starting this road where it's supposed to start at the R57 between Lentley and Rates, immediately after Petersstein. And then as you turn to Lentley, we are doing that road up to Senekal. That's where you need to start before you go from Senekal to Ficksburg.
All right. So on the back of that, with the safety measures that have been, implemented during this festive season, how do you want people to arrive alive if this road is still not in peak condition and optimal condition? Are you going to take responsibility as a government for these conditions and also what has happened to date?
We are appealing to our road users, looking into the state of that particular road, and then and the possibility that lives may be lost in that particular road. We are urging the road users to use other roads that can put them home or brought them home safe. So we are saying that they must not risk their life and then get into a road because it's shorter to where they are going, and they use it even if they can see that it's going to kill them. So we are making an appeal to our road users. Look first, take a decision, but be an informed decision that this road is not worth to take it, particularly at night, because you can't even see what's happening at night. So we are appealing to our road users. Please help us, because our conditions are bad, and these rains have made it worse, more than it was supposed to be.
MEC, I think the concerns are about the lack of alternative roads. It's also the volumes that's experienced during this festive season. So at this point, do you as government take accountability for the conditions to date and also what's going to happen?
As I've indicated to you, we want our people to arrive home safe. So that's why we are saying that they must not use any road. You would rather take a long road, but you'll arrive safe rather than taking the short road and then you are not arriving at all. So all our people are asked to use the longer roads. I know that is costly on their pockets, but for their safety is very important.
MEC, you are deflecting from my yes or no question, and it was not an open-ended question. But in the same breath, I think I'm just asking questions on behalf of the public to really get to the nitty-gritties of what's transpiring. Lives are being lost, and again, you can't even quantify the cost to date. Actually, speaking of costs, perhaps we could look at the claims that you're dealing with. How are you dealing with all the claims laid against, the road authorities for vehicle damage caused by potholes, or even vehicle accidents, which is as a result of the excess large potholes?
Individually are put in their claims, and then each and every claim that they are put into the department differ from one another. So I can't just be saying a blanket approach to all the claims that have been coming in to the department. So individually are doing it, and then there's a process leading to that, and then that's how the department is dealing with the issues of the claims.
Okay, thank you for that update. Perhaps in terms of information pertaining to the plans and the financial commitments from the province, when is that going to be released?
We are going to do that particular side of the road in 2023-2024 financial year. But now we have started with the other side, the same road, the other side of Petrostain, Lentley up to Senekal.
All right, MEC, just very quickly, your Arrive Alive campaign has been kicked off. Just quickly walk us through the short-term measures that people should be aware of as we await finalization. Perhaps just reiterate that, particularly as we are during this festive period, and we'll leave the conversation there.
We are urging our motorists to be careful. Our roads are not in good standard. Almost our roads are bad, including the R34 from Newcastle to Friday. So all the roads are bad in the Free State, and we don't have the resources to fix each and everything as a matter of urgency. But that's why we have gone to Sandral and say, help us to fix some of the road. So our message is that to the motorists, please be careful on the road, particularly the taxi industry, the taxi drivers, because all the accidents we have, the major accidents we have in the Free State, it's either a truck is involved with the minibus, a van is involved with the minibus, a car is involved with the minibus. So our minibus is involved with another minibus. So we are urging minibus drivers, please, when you are tired, get a rest. Don't overtake on the barrier road. Let's obey the rules of the roads, and then make sure that everybody that you are carrying arrives home safe.
All right, so MEC, we'll leave that conversation there. Lots more questions than answers, but we're going to thank you for your time in response to the concerns arise. We saw Kwekwe William Bulwane, Free State MEC for Police, Roads and Transport, coming out in response to the cries by community members in the Free State, where we saw back in February of 2022, the Premier Sisi Ntombela having in her provincial address making a firm commitment that that road, the R70 from Senekal to Ficksburg, will be replaced, but to date, no work has been done. It's become a cause of concern for many residents. So we have those answers for now, and we'll continue to monitor it as it unfolds.